What is going on, everyone? My name is Eric and you're watching the Get Me Out of Here vlog. Today I'm in the town of Deadwood, South Dakota. What was once a notorious town full of gunslingers, prostitution, made famous by the discovery of gold. This was a boom town in the mid to late 1800s. But the reason I'm here is this very hotel behind me. This is the Bullock Hotel, the oldest hotel in the state of South Dakota. I'm on a mission to stay the night at the oldest hotel of all 50 states in the United States. And tonight we'll be knocking off South Dakota, the Mount Rushmore state. Now the Bullock Hotel is full of history. It was built in 1895. A man named Seth Bullock was the one that founded this very hotel. He was a businessman. In fact, this was a hardware store initially. There was a fire in 1879 and a second one in 1894 that wiped out a lot of the businesses here on the main street of Deadwood. Well, he, instead of rebuilding the hardware store, decided to build this very hotel that still stands today. So since 1895, this has been a hotel. It's been a comforting place for guests, and also rumors of prostitution. There was a red light district here in Deadwood. There were brothels, so there's a lot of dirty history here as well. Hopefully they've cleaned the rooms. We'll find out. But tonight I will be staying here at the Bullock and sharing with you what this hotel has in store. Now this hotel also has a haunted history. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels here in the city of Deadwood, which means it's one of the most haunted hotels in the United States. Deadwood is full of ghosts. They do ghost tours every night, and this hotel is no exception. So come with me. Maybe we'll experience something paranormal. Who knows? We'll find out. If I do get something captured on camera, then I will be sharing it with you tonight. So follow me as we check into the Bullock Hotel, the oldest hotel in South Dakota. So just talking to the front desk, they are showing me some photo evidence that people have taken throughout the years here at the hotel, and I just want to show this phantom woman right here in the alley. That's unbelievable. She looks like she's wearing a long skirt and clothes from a different era. And that was just in the alleyway next to the hotel. Now here's one more photo that they showed. I'm going to zoom in to see if you can see it. See that shadowy figure right there on the street corner, and you can see there's other shadowy legs of like people standing all along the sidewalk there. That is wild.
And the horse.
Yeah, and a horse right there too, supposedly. That's unbelievable.
Oh, I see the horse now.
That is unbelievable here in front of the hotel.
Papers in his hand. This is his other hand on this side, and that's the hand coming out of his body.
Oh my gosh. So you can see his hand right there. This gentleman runs the ghost tours, but nobody knows where this phantom hand right there is coming from. It's just protruding through his chest. That is creepy. And its fingers are all kind of just gangly and stretched out. That's a really weird picture. Oh my gosh. And they even have a phantom cat captured at the hotel right there, and it's got the black and white, if I can zoom in appropriately, but right there is the phantom cat that is often seen here at the hotel. Oh my gosh. So this photo is from the basement. Take a look at that. That is a full-blown apparition taken here in the basement of the hotel. That is wild. In addition to some of the photos that the staff was showing me, they actually have a bunch of binders on display next to the front desk. And these binders are supposedly full of paranormal evidence. Like, look at that, there's a face captured in the room next to the one me and my brother are staying. Actually, that might be our room. Because we're staying in the corner. That actually might be the room we're staying in. I think it is. That's creepy. So there's a face in the room that we're staying in. But these books are full of photos that people have taken here at the hotel, stories and accounts. They even list room numbers, so you can see if your room is one that people have had ghostly encounters in. Here's strong feelings of presence felt inside rooms and in hallway areas on second and third floor. So all kinds of strange accounts on display that you can read through before you turn in for the night. Here at the front check-in desk, they have the earliest known photo of the Bullock Hotel. You can see staff and guests standing at the front entryway. People kind of poking their heads out the windows. That is really cool. 1895. They even had little balconies at the front there. You can see that little child. And there's somebody else, somebody poking their head out of the room we're staying in there as well. So who knows? Maybe room 203 is going to be an active one tonight. Hard to say. Well, here is our room, room 203. And I got this old school key from the front desk, so love it. A lot of these old hotels have these old school keys, not the electronic key cards, so I have to, there we go, turn and push. But here we go. Look at this. This is a very spacious room. High ceilings, tall windows, and a lot of this beautiful Victorian era architecture. So first thing first, my brother and I, we have 2 queens because we don't want to sleep together. He stinks. I want my own bed. So we got 2 queens, and this room is so spacious. Just look at the wooden trim on these windowsills, and they got these large bases that you can sit. Look out the window. There's another haunted hotel across the street. Supposedly a woman in the 1800s jumped out the 3rd-story window and fell in the dirt streets below, and it was a rainy day, so she ended up breathing in a bunch of dirty street water, and she ended up dying a couple days later. That's what I heard from the front desk clerk at this hotel. So there's another haunted hotel that does ghost tours right across the street. And we, by chance, got lucky and have a view of that. So who knows? Maybe we'll see a apparition looking out the window later tonight. But yeah, just take a look at these sills. You can sit here. You can gaze out. There's another view. I know the window's really foggy, but there's another view of the original location of Saloon Number 10, the saloon that Wild Bill Hickok was murdered in. But yeah, so just looking at this, love again the wood trim along the upper wall. And again, I love the tall ceilings. I just love that. Basic furniture, you got a mini fridge, like some cool 1950s logoing on there. You got your standard microwave, little Mr. Coffee, and flat screen TV, a mirror. What's going on, everyone? And the bathroom is really nice. You got this old bathroom tile. Who knows how old that is? Modern day toilet. The bathtub pretty standard. Shower pretty standard. Some wood hangers and all that, what have you. Sink runs well. Have a nice faucet. Big mirror. So yeah. Oh, and again, look at the door trim as well too. Look at that. I love it. So they've been able to sustain a lot of the Victorian era charm while adding some more modern amenities to this hotel. Oh, look at the brackets on this. That looks old. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's so amazing to me, all the details that went into basic equipment at the turn of the 20th century and prior to that. Another feature that I love to point out in old Victorian era hotels or homes is you can see this window flap above the door. Well, that's what this used to be. So, back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, when hotels did not have air conditioning, they actually had these glass window panes that would flip up and down to let air currents pass through the hallway and into the room. So it actually allowed airflow above the door. But of course, now that the hotel has air conditioning in modern times, there's no need for that. So a lot of these old hotels just board up those old glass window panes, and that's what you have right there above the door. So again, cool to see that they still kept that architectural component, but they just boarded it up, so there's no more glass. They also have some really cool artwork. Looks like it's from kind of the mid 1800s. It says the arrival of the mail in camp. So yes, absolutely loving this room. Didn't mention the carpet too. Looks pretty old. I don't know how old that is. Definitely it's not original carpet. But the floor does not creak, which surprises me. A lot of old hotels, the floor is very creaky, but I can feel that the floor is pretty unstable. Like, what I mean by that is it's not level below my feet. So it's definitely an older structure. You can feel that.
Big bump over here.
There's a bump. It's gold. We're in Deadwood. It could be gold. But anyway, yeah, the room is great. Really love it. Again, I love the mixture of that. They've retained a lot of that late 19th century, early 20th century charm. Yet they've added some modern amenities to the room as well. So it's nice to have a little mini fridge, a flat screen TV, but also all this decorative wood trim, these big window bays. All that is still here, and that's something I love to look for in these old hotels. I love seeing that. So anyway, this is our room so far. Very cozy.
There's a Gideon's Bible too.
Oh yeah, there's a Gideon's Bible. That's also a good thing.
Just like Rocky Raccoon.
Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah.
The Beatles song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of the
Black
lyrics.
Hills.
Yeah, that's right.
Gideon's Bible.
I didn't even think about that. Good job, Carter. So we have a Beatles reference there. Rocky Raccoon. Rocky Raccoon. Do 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 do.
Only to find
Gideon's Bible. Good job. Yeah, the Black Hills of South Dakota, which is where we're at. So anyway, this is our room. It's fantastic. We have a lot we're going to explore. So let's check out some of the more main rooms here in the hotel. We'll go downstairs, explore the lobby, and there is a casino and also a bar and a lot of other unique features to this historic hotel. And like I said earlier, this is supposedly one of the most haunted hotels in the United States. We are in the middle of Deadwood, South Dakota, which is a historic gold rush, gold mining town full of gunslingers and violence. It's a haunted town and a haunted hotel. So who knows what will happen tonight? I'm looking forward to it. So let's go tour the hotel and see what we find. All right, Connor. Good night.
Good night.
Don't let the spirits claw and bite. Especially that cat. Watch out for that ghost cat. All right. Here we go. So again, I am staying in room 203. And this is the second floor of the Bullock Hotel. Now, I love the vintage looking carpet, and again some of the higher ceilings that you see in the hallway. This is a picture of Wild Bill Hickok. Again, a lawman, a frontiersman. He was shot and killed literally across the street at the Saloon No. 10 bar. So a lot of history close to this hotel with that. And I believe this woman here is Calamity Jane, another frontiersman, gunslinger, and she and Wild Bill Hickok were lovers from what I've heard, and both of them are actually buried here at Mount Moriah Cemetery in Deadwood. Kind of a unique alcove here with another room, and of course the grand staircase here at the Bullock Hotel. Look at that. One of those Wild West hotel. And these are very common with that era, the late 1800s, especially out here in the American West, to have the front door right in front of the grand staircase. It goes straight up. So pretty cool to see this. Well, that freaked me out for a second. That's, I think, one of the games downstairs. But I wanted to point out before walking down the hall this mirror. Now, the binder downstairs had a lot of photos of ghostly images inside this mirror. So I'm just taking a look at this. What's up, everyone? Who knows if I capture anything or not, but downstairs a lot of the binders of Paranormal Activity had ghostly faces and images of apparitions appearing in this very mirror right here. It's a very cool looking mirror. So I will be taking some photos tonight. If I do capture something, I'll be sharing it here on this video. And yeah, let's keep touring the second floor. There's another mirror here as well. And over here at the bottom of the staircase that leads up to the third floor is the Roosevelt Suite. This is named after President Theodore Roosevelt, who was very good friends with Seth Bullock, the owner of this hotel. So they named a suite after him, which is super cool. I'd love to get a view of what it looks like inside that room, but it was booked. And that's just looking up to the third floor. Got some nice chairs. It almost matches the carpet on the floor. Playing with the American flag, but let's head down the hallway here on the second floor. Well, this hotel does have elevators. And one thing that's super unique about this hotel are these little alcoves here. So this is kind of a seating area with a Pepsi machine. But if you look up, look how high that goes. There's actually a skylight up there. That's glass. You can see straight up to the night sky. And it looks like there used to be maybe a hallway or something up there, or at least it's made to look that way. There's a railing. And some of the rooms here, windows are facing inside, which I find kind of interesting. So this, I don't know if this used to be an exterior to the hotel. I know this hotel has undergone some renovations over the years. But if you see this railing right here, you can see if I turn around, there it is right there on the third floor. So it's a matching trim. But yeah, kind of a unique feature. You don't see this in a lot of hotels across the United States, and they do have a sign here. The Bullock Hotel was founded in 1895 by pioneer Seth Bullock, and they say here his ghost continues to... Oh wait, okay, there's supposed to be a space. I thought that was like a Spanish word or something, but continues to visit the hotel today, making his appearances mostly to idle employees and the most skeptical guests. Interesting. And there's again that photo. This is the oldest photo that they have of the hotel. You can see this is taken in 1895. Right here, that's the room. These two windows are in the room my brother and I are staying in. That's room 203. And 1895 there at the top of the structure. So, Mr. Seth Bullock, if your apparition is here, make an appearance. Continuing down the hallway, there's another random dark alcove. This one has the ice machine. And you can see looking up, there's another of these false trims. Windows facing inside and another glass rooftop that you can see the night sky through. And I do want to point out that this room right here with this window is supposed to be the most haunted room in this entire hotel. This is room 211. They say this has a lot of active poltergeist activity, things moving across the floor, shadow figures, people hearing voices. It's right here, room 211. Kind of a unique little nook right here. It's like a hallway nook. Just looking back down the second floor. Turning around, this is another stairwell, and there's a couple rooms here in the stairwell, which is kind of unique. And yeah, kind of a small hotel, really. We're gonna head up to the third floor, but I think I'm probably completely wrong on this number, but I want to say there's like a total of about 29 or 30 rooms in this hotel. And this is the third floor. Got Again, a couple rooms here in the stairwell. And it's a little dimmer up here. Again, they've got these alcoves with 2 rooms at the end, 311 and 313. 311, great band, by the way. But so the 3rd floor, it looks like it's identical to the 2nd floor layout, except for now I get to look down on this little ice machine nook and a closer view of the skylight. I will say I'm really impressed. It's a very quiet hotel. Like a lot of old hotels have creaky floorboards. This one, extremely quiet. Again, looking down on that other alcove with the Pepsi machine. Skylight up above. And again, elevator. Oh, that's a cool looking rocking chair. Or I guess it's not a rocking chair, it's a wooden chair. That's pretty cool looking. So up here above the Roosevelt suite is the Bullock suite, named after Seth Bullock, the founder and owner of this hotel. Again, he was good friends with Theodore Roosevelt. And kind of a unique fact, both Theodore Roosevelt and Seth Bullock died in the year 1919. Theodore Roosevelt died of a heart attack in January of 1919, and Seth Bullock passed away, I believe, in September of that same year, 1919, of colon cancer. Looking down the staircase to the 2nd floor, and look at that, there's another skylight here on the ceiling of the 3rd floor. There's another one over there, it looks like, in the kind of in the corner. And yeah, kind of a comfortable seating area at the top of the stairs. Oh, this is a really cool picture. This is a picture of Sitting Bull, famous Indian chief, and Buffalo Bill. Now, not to be confused with Wild Bill Hickok. Buffalo Bill was a different frontiersman. He was an entertainer. In fact, he had his famous Wild West shows, which entertained millions of people, not just in the United States, but also throughout the world. He was an extremely famous actor and showman and frontiersman and marksman in the late 1800s and early 1900s. A really brilliant man. In fact, he's buried in Golden, Colorado. I've got a video showcasing his museum and his final resting place. So, very amazing person in American history. And here is a photo of George Armstrong Custer. And you probably know him from Custer's Last Stand. It was a battle in Little Bighorn in Montana against the Lakota Sioux Indians, and Custer and his army were completely massacred and wiped out by the Lakota Sioux. So a battle that was lost under his command in Montana, and Custer lost his life in that battle, and he's actually buried there, I believe, in the cemetery. I might have to fact check that, but there is a Little Bighorn Battlefield historic site with a cemetery there as well, which is really cool. I highly recommend checking that out if you ever get a chance to go to Montana. Now, this gentleman here, I actually don't know who this is. There's a sculpture, a bust of someone. To be honest, I have no idea who this man is. Again, some period piece furniture with a mirror. Maybe there's a ghostly image in here. I don't know. What's up, everyone? It's just me. And again, a couple more rooms over here. Here's the room that's above 203, the room my brother and I are staying in. This is 303 upstairs. So all the numbers seem to match between the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. A lot of the layout is identical. And oh, here's a picture of, is that Sitting Bull? Yes, it is. Sitting Bull belonged to the Lakota tribe, the Lakota Sioux Indian tribe, and was a very prominent chief and leader throughout the late 1800s. So really cool to see them paying tribute to that period of history, the American frontier, the Wild West, that mid to late 1800s period. Again, walking down the stairs, here's a sketch of Wild Bill Hickok, and next to that is Calamity Jane with her rifle in her hand, and I believe that is, yeah, that's another photo of Wild Bill Hickok right there too. Walking by the Roosevelt Suite, there's one other thing I wanted to mention, and that was that Teddy Roosevelt was the president and leader that created our national park system. Yosemite National Park in California was the first national park, and Devil's Tower here near the Black Hills in neighboring state Wyoming was the first national monument created. So a lot of Wild West history here also associated with Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, well, that has been the second and third floor. I am going to head downstairs onto the main level, and again, this is the main staircase of the Bullock Hotel. And again, very impressed. Sturdy floors, no creaking. I'm really amazed by that. A lot of hotels are incredibly creaky. Back on the main floor, here's the front doors that lead out onto the main streets of Deadwood. And on either side of me are casinos. Now there's commercialized music playing, so if I overdub this, that is the reason why, but you can see there's tons of electronic gambling machines, slot machines. They've got t-shirts here and hoodies that you can buy supporting the Bullock Hotel and the history here in Deadwood, South Dakota. And they've got a lot of amazing artwork and old photos along the walls. And there's also a desk area here. It looks like they got chips and snacks. You can get souvenirs like cups, hats, shot glasses, coffee mugs, glassware. It's a bit of a gift shop here in the casino. And right here, again, is Seth's Cellar. Now, there's a cocktail bar downstairs. It's not open today, but this is where a lot of paranormal activity supposedly occurs, is downstairs here in the cocktail lounge. And I tried to get down there. They almost let me, but they didn't, so I'm not able to show you that today. If I come back tomorrow and it's open, then I will definitely take you down there. But I wanted to walk over here. The main lobby is up here. There's the front desk. And in this nook, there's a lot of cool things here. There's this antique sofa, and they have some history here. This is actually an original piece to the Bullock Hotel. It's been here since the hotel opened in 1895. It's a Victorian-era piece of furniture that they call a settee. This is something I've learned. I never knew that. You really have to look. There's a lot of history and really cool features all over this hotel. Here's a calendar that was used at this hotel when it was a hardware store. It's hardware and mining supplies, dated 1907. And here's old photos of Captain Seth Bullock and the Cowboys. It's 1905. Looks like they had a parade here in Deadwood. You can see them there on horseback. So yeah, again, just a very beautiful hotel, well preserved. And even though they have some of these modern day slot machines, it is fun coming here to play games. It makes it entertaining, but it doesn't take away too much from the beautiful architecture here in the hotel. I mean, looking up all the trim work, the details here, the craftsmanship, it's all still here. Over here, they've got an outfit that was worn by one of the ladies of the night. I don't know if it was somebody that worked here at the hotel. I believe it is, but they've got some history of the girls upstairs, the prostitution that took place here during the Wild West days, when this was a gold mining community with lots of men looking to strike it rich, and they wanted to get lucky in other ways too. So a lot of women came out west to provide their own personal and sexual services to the men out here. And that, you know, that's part of the dark side of the Wild West, the American West. A lot of bars, a lot of brothels. It was a violent age. But that stuff still goes on today too. Not here in Deadwood necessarily, but people are people, right, over time. I love this picture right here. This is a great photo. That's Seth Bullock there on the left, and Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt there on the right. And I just think Teddy just looks like a boss. Look at that. It's a great buddy photo. I love that. Right above that Teddy Roosevelt photo, I didn't even notice this, but that's President Taft. And that's Seth Bullock right there with Taft when he was Secretary of State. So before Taft was even president, Seth Bullock was friends with him as well. All right, we're gonna make our way into the check-in area. I love that Bullock Hotel there on the glass pane. And they do ghost tours here. I think it's every Thursday through Sunday at 5 p.m. $20 to do a ghost tour. And they also have a bunch of binders here full of paranormal stories, encounters that people have had while staying in the hotel. There's writing, there's stories, there's pictures of ghostly apparitions. So if you do have an experience here at the hotel, they document that, and feel free to read through it. You can maybe even see what creepy, scary things happened in the very room that you're staying at. So they've got history and paranormal encounters here on display at the check-in area. Actually, what's fascinating here as well is they've got a timeline in photos of the town of Deadwood. So here's what it looked like when it was Dakota Territory in 1879 on Main Street. You can see right here, this is what it looked like when it was a bustling mining town prior to the first fire. And then here you can see the fire devastation that took place here in 1879. A lot of the Main Street, the downtown area, burned to the ground. They had a second fire in 1894 that did terrible damage to the downtown area as well, but then the city rebuilt itself. Here it is in 1898, and that is the Bullock Hotel right there in the photo. It looks much the same as it does today, which is fascinating. 25 years ago? Again, walking back onto the other side of the hotel is a big casino again. A lot of slots, a lot of electronic gambling games. But I wanted to point out they have a lot of photos of women, prostitutes here along the walls of real ladies that lived and worked out here in the American Western frontier towns. We got a very fancy restroom sign. That might be the fanciest restroom sign I've seen at these hotels. But yeah, more pictures of the ladies. It's circa 1928. Chicago. So a lot of women adorning the walls. Again, this is the bar that they've got located upstairs on the main floor called Bully's. Also closed currently, but they offer food and drinks. And I believe they're open till 9 or 10 o'clock at night, depending on how busy it is here at the hotel. So yeah, walking out the back door, I love the blue lighting out here. It kind of creates a kind of a chill yet ominous ambiance. And here we are in the back of the hotel. Not sure what street this is, but this is Wall Street right here. There's an alleyway that leads back towards the main street of Deadwood. And there's been a lot of apparitions captured in this very alleyway. They have a bunch of them documented there in those binders. But before I walk down that alley, I just wanted to show you what the back of the hotel looks like. They do have a hardware store sign along the side of the building, which is kind of cool. That's a throwback to the hardware store that Seth Bullock had here at the hotel on the main floor and prior to the hotel. And yeah, love the Bullock Hotel signage. Love these neon lights. Super cool. just an amazing hotel. Definitely one of the best historic hotels that I have ever stayed in. There's so much going on. I love the history, I love the stories, and I love the possible encounters with the paranormal that may take place still tonight. Oftentimes I wonder when I shut the cameras off and turn the lights off to go to sleep, if anything will go bump in the night, and who knows. This is no different. If something happens, I'm going to do my best to document it. But yeah, this has been the grand tour of the Bullock Hotel. What I'm going to do is walk down this creepy alleyway here that is known as Wall Street, where they supposedly see a lot of paranormal activity and apparitions. Let's walk down and see if anything happens. Maybe I'll call out to some of these spirits, see if they want to come and talk to us. Oh, it is creepy here on Wall Street. Now, one thing that is cool is the bricks that they have, the brick road. That's awesome. It's like stepping back in time, walking down this eerie, dark alleyway outside the Bullock Hotel. And that one apparition that was captured of the woman was right in front of me here. Oh. Well, it looks like I survived Wall Street. If there's any apparitions out here, let it be known. Say something. If there's any ghosts or apparitions here, spirits, here on the streets of Deadwood, let it be known. Say something. Do something. Make a noise. Show yourself. Maybe they don't like the light. I'm going to walk into the dark alley a little more and see if something happens. If there's anybody here with me, say something. Do you hear me? Pretty quiet. Take a look at that. All that original stone facade. Now there is some brick, looks like, in that midsection. But most of this looks like it's original. Especially here in the front half of the hotel. 1895. Of course, there's some windows up there too. That one, maybe there's a face looking at me in that window. I have no idea. We're back here on the mean streets of Deadwood. Again, just a quiet night. A couple Jeeps driving around, but other than that, very quiet. This is where it all took place. This is the original location of Saloon No. 10, where Wild Bill Hickok was shot playing poker in 1876. In fact, they have a sign here stating that. Historic site. Wild Bill Hickok was shot August 2nd, 1876, here at this bar playing poker. Look at that. They've got guns for door handles. That's amazing. There's a photo of Wild Bill Hickok, famous gunslinger and Wild West frontiersman. But this is the inside of the bar. So I will be here tomorrow night to film a video of the oldest bar in South Dakota. And supposedly it's very haunted here as well. Everything in Deadwood is haunted. So I hear. Just a beautiful night here. Peaceful night. It's midnight right now, walking the streets of Deadwood. This is so amazing. An iconic Wild West town. Now, the red light district doesn't exist anymore, but you can see they've got some mannequins, the ladies of the night, displayed here in the second floor windows. So they're still keeping the history alive and well here in Deadwood. Got some call girls up there on the second floor. And check out this Lucky Horse livery. I love the lanterns. That's awesome. Makes you feel like you step back in time. There's a coffin on display. It says used coffins only used once. It's later than you think. Get fit for a wood coffin. And of course they've got the hangman's noose right here as well. Look at that. That's amazing. That is so cool. Well, if I don't survive the night tonight at the Bullock Hotel, at least I know it fits. Ugh. Well, maybe I'll become one of the spirits here in Deadwood. Hopefully it's later than I think. Now, I don't know if this was intended, but Oyster Bay is actually where Theodore Roosevelt lived in Long Island, New York. So I don't know if that was a coincidence. It's actually located right next to the bar that Wild Bill Hickok was shot at. But because Seth Bullock was such good friends with Theodore Roosevelt, I don't know if the owner of this bar decided to name this Oyster Bay as a tribute to the history and the friendship between Seth Bullock and Theodore Roosevelt. But I like it. If it wasn't intended that way, I'm going to take it that it was. So I love that. Oyster Bay, some history that I'm nerding out on right there. And Wall Street, not New York, Deadwood. This is where that female apparition in that other photo the front desk showed me was taken. Right here. Next to this historic sign, Wall and Main Street Commercial Center. It says here that from 1876 to 1880 that this junction of Wall and Main Street was the commercial center for Deadwood. And that's where the ghosts are hanging out now. So it kind of makes sense. They want the money. Chasing the money. Well, because this is a casino here at the hotel, we figured why not? We'll bet our odds. We'll see how we do. So I'm going to be playing some games. Maybe I'll make some money. This is actually the first hotel I've stayed at with a casino. So South Dakota is a big gambling state. Not quite Las Vegas and Nevada, but it is up there. Deadwood has a lot of casinos throughout this entire town. So let's hedge our bets, see if we make some money. Oh, we got the sky wheel. Come on, baby. Show me the money. Abe Lincoln, Benjamin. Come on, Abe Lincoln. Oh, it's always so close, but not quite. All right, so I put in $40. I got 44. Ooh, Lincoln, go for the Benjamin. Oh, what does that mean? You got a Lincoln. Oh, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Holy cow, man. That's good. Oh my gosh, dude. Good job. Oh, wow. So you're gonna be buying dinner tomorrow. Oh wait, it's still going.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, the Bullock is good to you, man.
Yeah,
6,000. I don't know. How many credits? 7,000 credits.
Yeah, I got $70.
You had $70?
I won $50.
Good for you. $50. Well, it was a roller coaster ride. You know, I think I was up, put in 40, was up to 80, and then went back down and just decided to max out. And yeah, I'm broke. Anyway, we lost money here in the casino. You did pretty good, though.
Yeah, I did all right.
Yeah, you made some money.
I did.
Nothing spectacular, but enough to buy dinner tomorrow. So there you go.
For me?
But, yeah, okay, for him. All right, we'll go to a fancy steak place and you can get a steak for yourself. Anyway, they've got an amazing casino here. I mean, a lot of it, again, is slot machines. No blackjack tables or anything like that. But, you know, this is the first oldest hotel that I've stayed at that has a functional casino. So we're getting a sneak peek of the basement. Can't go all the way down here, but can take a glimpse of the wall here. So take a look at this old wall. This has been here since the 1870s. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. It's an original stone wall right here. 1879 to be exact. But the basement is supposed to be one of the most haunted places here in the hotel. So we're just taking a quick peek. That's where they captured that photo of the full-bodied apparition. Is down here. Yeah, it definitely feels different down here, that's for sure. And you got that musty basement smell, but a lot of history down here, all original walls prior to when the fires took place here in Deadwood. So getting a peek. Well, after walking this entire hotel, I can say that I really overall have not had any creepy vibes. Haven't heard anything, have not had any kind of paranormal or creepy experiences so far. I'm hoping that doesn't mean that the ghosts are just hiding until I put the camera away and turn in to my room for the night. But I can say walking this entire hotel, really haven't felt anything. It's been a pretty peaceful and calming hotel so far. Haven't run into the spirit of Seth Bullock. But I will say the one spot that I kind of felt a little bit eerie, just briefly, was this little corridor here with the ice machine. And that is the window for room 211, which is right here. That is supposedly the most haunted room in this hotel from what I've heard. So coincidence, I don't know, but I will say the one area I felt just a little bit, just a tiny bit, a little creeped out. I don't know what it is, kind of like one of those, just a little bit of a wave was in this corridor, and maybe it's just because it's a dark corridor in here. Let's go inside so you don't think I'm a chicken, but yeah, this was really the only area. And I feel fine right now, but like when I first was walking through this hotel earlier, I did feel a little bit like, ugh, didn't like it so much, but that doesn't feel bad now. But anyway, just wanted to share that. Overall, not saying this place isn't haunted. Again, I believe that I do believe in ghosts. I have had some paranormal encounters before in my past, and so I'm not saying that it's not haunted. It's a quiet night tonight, and I haven't felt anything, to be honest. I'm always open-minded to it, but so far, really, it's just been a really peaceful and beautiful hotel. So, my 2 cents. The last thing I haven't checked is the restroom, which is giving me Shining vibes, if you know what I'm talking about, that famous bathroom scene in The Shining with Jack Nicholson. But yeah, just thought I'd take a peek. You never know with haunted hotels what you might find. Well, I think that's it. I've taken you everywhere that I could go tonight within this historic hotel. So this is a wrap. This has been a full tour with everything with the exception of the downstairs cocktail bar, which if I get access to that tomorrow, I will definitely showcase a little bit of that. But what a beautiful hotel, full of mystique, full of history, and just a great combination of where they've kept a lot of that beautiful Victorian era architecture, that Wild West history and memorabilia, and also still have some modern accessories as well as a casino downstairs. But what an amazing hotel, full of Wild West history. That's what I really love about this, and also supposedly very haunted, so that adds that mystique element to it as well. But loving everything about this so far. Who knows what the night will bring. If something goes bump in the night, I will try to grab my camera or my phone and capture it. And if I have anything crazy that happens paranormal wise tonight, I will recap at the end of this video and share with you tomorrow morning. Hopefully I haven't stirred up the spirits too much tonight, and they're just waiting for me to close my door and go to bed. But yeah, I gotta say, this is so far one of my favorite oldest hotels that I've done here in the United States. South Dakota, you have a gem here in Deadwood, and I'm looking forward to definitely returning and staying here again. There's so much to do and see here in the town of Deadwood. They've got all kinds of, whether it's ghost tours, mining tours, historical tours, but still more to come. I really appreciate you tagging along with me. I love these series, doing the oldest hotels of all 50 states of the United States. And I have another one coming soon. We'll be staying in the oldest hotel of Nebraska 2 nights from now. So we're continuing this journey. I'm not slowing down. Again, there's 3 things I've been trying to set my goals on with this channel, in addition to all of the roadside attractions and theme parks, and that is staying the night at the oldest hotel of all 50 states, having a beer at the oldest bar of all 50 states, and summiting the high point of all 50 states. So it's a crazy journey. We'll see how far I can get. But anyway, this has been an amazing time so far at the Bullock Hotel. More to come, and really appreciate everybody watching. So I will definitely recap in the morning, probably do a brief summary if anything happens. But for now, thanks for tagging along with me. My name is Eric. This is the Get Me Out of Here vlog, and it's time for me to get out of here and go in there. Sweet dreams. Good morning, everyone. Survived the night here at the Bullock Hotel. Just chilling here on the window, taking in the Main Street scenes. But I wanted to just kind of give a brief summary of how the night went. This night was very peaceful, very quiet. No paranormal experience as far as I could tell. Connor, you, nothing on your end either?
Nope.
Where are you? There you are.
Great sleep.
Great sleep.
It was a nice bed.
These are very nice beds. Only thing that I do want to mention is I did, while I was laying in bed, right here staring kind of towards the bathroom before I fell asleep last night, I do want to say that I did see this door move like slightly. It went like that, which is hardly anything. So who knows if that's paranormal? Probably not. There is an air conditioning vent right here. But I will say the entire time I've been awake and in this room, I have never seen this door budge. So who knows? Not like it's a huge thing. Even if it was paranormal, it was barely anything. It was just like the door moving maybe an inch or two. But I did see that last night laying in bed right here before falling asleep. But yeah, other than that, just a great hotel. Very comfy. The beds were fantastic, but no ghostly experiences. So when I go through the editing process, I will check my footage. Maybe I caught something on camera. If I did, then you'll see it here.
Time to go.
Just learned some amazing history here of the hotel, talking again to some of the people working the front desk this morning. They pointed out some very unique features that I did not know of last night, and that is these shutters. These iron or metallic shutters. I'm not sure what kind of material this would be. These are original to this building from 1879. So these actually precurse the hotel itself. This hotel was built in 1895, but prior to that, Bullock owned a hardware store and a warehouse. So this was all a warehouse dating back to 1879 here in the back, and then the front half of this structure was built in 1894. So these window shutters are all original features from the 1879 warehouse, and they're still intact. That's unbelievable. And they survived both of the fires, the fire in 1879 and the fire in 1894. In fact, you can see some of the fire damage right here. This is original too, these window sills. This is all metal. I don't know what kind of material that is, but you can see right here, these are embers from the fire. Take a look at that. And you can see that it's bubbled out from the heat that occurred. They're not sure which fire specifically. It was probably a combination of both the 1879 and the 1894 fires, but just pretty cool to see. All of this is original to 1879. That obviously has been replaced, but all of this that's rusted helps keep the window shutters open, and then at night they can take this and loop it into here to draw them closed. So just incredible history. I always love seeing things like this, especially the fire damage that still exists, because it really brings history to life. You know, this is 150 years ago, but you could still see remains of things that happened today. Unbelievable. There's some wood sticking out there too. And you also can see the foundation is starting to crumble right here as well. So a lot of yellow stone here for the foundation. So super cool. I'm glad I met the people working the front desk this morning, because I never would have known that otherwise. But anyway, time to check out. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's time for me to get out of here.